My name is Rudman. It's my first time here at Bodhi Khaya. It's my first artist residency actually, um, and it's now currently day two. I think what's been interesting to me is like I've come in with quite specific ideas of what I imagine myself doing here. Like I know what I do outside of the context of Bodhi Khaya, but we saw so much on the first day, and like so much of this context was revealed to us, that a lot of those ideas are like not sitting so well with me because I think it is such a special place. I want the context to inform the work. Um, a lot of my work, so I'm a performance artist, and a lot of my work draws very heavily on themes of drag and queer performativity and flamboyance. Um, and what's been really interesting to me specifically here is that like the idea of that was always taught to me as something that was fundamentally like artificial. It's like artifice and um, when you look at this context, like that's not what you see. Specifically, I've been looking at the moths for the couple of days, like the moths that have been collecting in the lights or around the lights in the bathroom. Um, and some of them are like painted so flamboyantly, like the way that they sort of adorn themselves reads so clearly to me as like queer self-expression. It's like there's something there that I relate to. I'm very interested in this idea of somehow allowing the context to form part of the performance, allowing space for maybe like multi-species collaboration or mutualism. I'm not sure exactly in what way yet, but there's something there that like I relate to. There's this excess and like flamboyance and vibrance in the nature that I am really only used to seeing like on a stage, like at a drag bar. So I'm really interested in drawing those parallels out between like queer self-expression and drag and like the non-human world. And I think that's a very important conversation because I think a lot of us as queer people are taught that those parts of ourselves are fundamentally unnatural. And I think for myself, it made connecting to nature and connecting to the non-human world very challenging because you have to do so much unpacking of these parts of yourself that were taught to you in a way that made them feel synthetic and artificial um, yeah, I'm looking forward to revealing the campness and the queerness of the environment here. I'm towards the end of the residency now. There's still about a day or two, but I think all of my work here is done. And I think this experience has been so special. I think I was thinking about how foreign and alien the first few days feel looking back in context to where I'm at now. This has been such a space of sitting with really challenging ideas and really special ideas and sharing space with people who I would never work alongside in any other context. And like this concept of environmental entanglement and queer ecology and collaboration, multi-species collaboration. There's been so many ideas that I think I'll take with me from this experience. I had some really special moments collaborating with some of the moths and insects, as well as the artists. When you're in an environment like this, like every work ends up being in some way or another a bit collaborative, and I've really enjoyed that. Like I think I remember saying on the first or second night that I've come into this space with very specific ideas of what I wanted to do. And even the initial ideas that came to mind the first few days of being here ended up actualizing or coming to life in ways that I didn't predict. And I think that's so special. Like you come into a context like this and allow it to speak to you so that you can sort of speak through the space as a creator. Um, but it's been a journey, and it's weird to think that it's only been 2 weeks because I feel like so much has shifted, especially in how I relate my work to the land and to nature in a lot more of a tangible, practical way than it feels like working in a studio space. So those ideas have definitely shifted, and I think they'll continue to shift because there's maybe a more tangible relationship between my practice and the context I find myself in, or at least a more conscious relationship.